So, welcome back to the Ravenna booth here at IBC 2022 in Amsterdam. In my first video I was talking a bit about what happened the past 3 years, about new partners which came aboard to the Ravenna community, and in this video I will introduce a few new RAVENNA-enabled products, including products from those new partners as well as products from long-standing Ravenna partners. So let's start right off with the RME new Digiface Ravenna. It's a USB sound interface and it features 4 independent Ravenna inputs, so it's capable of working with at least 256 channels of or streams of audio coming off and on through the Ravenna interface. It also has 2 MADI interfaces and a full switching matrix inside, so a very versatile mobile interface for getting Ravenna into your PC or out of a PC. Next up is the Andiamo version 3, which has just been released by our friends from DirectOut. The Andiamo is a very versatile audio converter. It features ADDA conversion. It has MADI inputs, of course. Needless to say that it has Ravenna inputs, but it also has options for supporting Dante as well as SoundGrid audio over IP technology. Next up we have a series of 3 different codec products. The first one from our friends in Australia, Thailand. Thailand presented the Thailand Gateway codec, which has a native Ravenna interface, and that is also, of course, supporting SMPTE 2110-30 and has redundancy option according to the 2022-7. Next up on the table we have from our friends in France, which is ETA, the Scoop 6. They present for the first time a rack-mounted codec, half size as you can see, which is fully remote controlled, and it also features 3G, 4G or 5G options, and also has, of course, the native Ravenna interface. And last but not least, from our friends in Flensburg, which is in the far northern part of Germany, to WCOM, it's the IP4C, which is a rock-solid 4-channel AOIP codec, which has quite a lot of options when it comes to control protocol on the outside connections, and of course a fully featured Ravenna interface on the inside. So let's walk over to what we have on the demo rack table on our main demonstration area. Come on. So alright, let's have a quick look what we have on the table of the main Ravenna demonstration area. In the center of it all there's the new radio mixing console from Lauve, the new Diamond, which is very flexible and powerful console with a graphic meter bridge which can be configured to the individual needs of the users, and it's based on the power core, which is sitting at the very bottom of the rack, which features full redundancy and everything you definitely need for radio broadcasting. Next to the console we have the already known Anubis interface from Emerging Technology Switzerland. This is a very versatile audio and control interface. This got a new mission, actually a new mission firmware, so that it's even more versatile and can be used in different application scenarios. Next to it is the Xbox RAV from DirectOut, which is a Ravenna to MADI interface. It's running on PoE power, so no need to connect a power supply, and it features 4 independent Ravenna inputs, 2 MADI in and outputs, and of course it supports full redundancy in 2110 as well. On the far end of the table we have Neumann's new Wunderkinder, the KH150 studio monitors. They are running on a redundant Ravenna interface, so that they are absolutely designated for high-end monitoring applications where your continued sound is absolute mission critical. Then of course the whole setup is accompanied by some well-known products from the previous demonstrations. We have the ETA Scoop Team, which is a codec and commentary solution. We have the Qubit Carrion, which is a headphone, a 2-channel headphone amplifier, and of course our nice green Genelec 8430 IP powered speakers. And last but not least, the virtual sound card running on a tiny PC, giving us nice music for the demonstrations. So let's have a further look into the Ravenna demo rack at the core of the whole system and see what new products we have there. So our demo rack is essentially the heart or the core of the Ravenna technology demonstration here at IBC 2022. We've changed the configuration of the rack compared to previous year a bit to show some new devices. And so let's run through the configuration of the rack from top to bottom. At the very top we have one of the working horses for the network, the new Luminec GigaCore 30i, which is a 10 gigabit fiber supported switch. Of course, we also need another switch because ports are not enough, as always, so we are running the Quara 10 gigabit switch in the back of the rack. Unfortunately, it's not visible from the front. Next to this is our timekeeping master. It's the Meinberg Timeline M1000 high precision GPS connected Grandmaster device. Apparently it's not connected to a GPS at the moment, so it's running in a emulation mode, but it's serving very, very precise time for our purposes here. Next is the first new RAVENNA-enabled device from our friends at Nixa UK. It's a 256-channel monitoring unit with native Ravenna interfaces. In other configuration options, it also supports other AOIP technologies. Then just sitting below is the newest device from our friends at Riedel. It's basically a 1/8 unit intercom unit, but a very versatile, which natively talks AES67 Ravenna, and it can also be configured to serve as a monitoring unit if that is desired. The main purpose, of course, is an intercom unit. We have several devices which have been in the rack before. Just to run you through briefly, we have the ROS Newt, which is there to convert an SDI input signal and the multiple audio channels into ST2110 and AES67 audio channels, making them available to other devices here in the demonstration setup. Just below is the well-known merging. Happy needless to introduce that one. This has been there for years. It's a very rock-solid and versatile I/O interface, of course, with native Ravenna interfaces. Then just below is another workhorse. It's the Prodigy MC. It's a multi-format audio converter, which can have several different audio inputs like, of course, Ravenna, MADI, digital, analog, I/O. So that has been in the demo system set up for quite some time. Next is the Sonifax monitoring unit. We have that in the rack quite some time. That's the device with lots of blinking units, indicating that we have lots of channels running on the monitoring unit. Just below is a device which might not be available anymore because it's based on the Archwave solution from Cymatic Audio. It's the rock-solid U-Track 24 player. I love to have that and keep that in the rack because just, switch it on, plug a button, and we have instantly 24 channels of fantastic multi-track audio for our demonstration purposes. Just below, the Lavo A-Line Digital 8 interface. We're using that as the core switching center, so every stream which is available on the network is essentially also passing through that interface to demonstrate the capability of working with multiple and lots of channels and streams in a single small 1/8 unit device. And last but not least, we have the Power Core, which is the heart of the new Diamond mixing console I introduced sitting here on the table. That is a powerful processing unit which cannot just work with the Diamond but also in standalone configuration, but in our case it's driving the Diamond radio mixer. So that's basically about it. If you want to learn more about Ravenna, have any particular or specific questions about maybe the devices or the technology itself, just turn to our webpage, which has quite a lot of resources, not just about Ravenna, but also about AES67, 2110, and of course about the available devices from our Ravenna partners. If there's any other remaining question, just use the contact area in the Ravenna website. Shoot me a question, shoot me a comment. I'm happy to answer that. Thanks for watching, thanks for visiting us, and hope to see you at least next year in Amsterdam again. Thank you.